Good morning, OCSL. Good to be here. Good to see you. Join us in our opening song, The Spirit of God is Upon Me. Oh, Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. I used to think that I had to. I used to think that I should. The scripture told me that I had to be good. But now I love because I want to. I love because I'm free. Blinded by the Spirit. Oh Lord, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, 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 I don't need any prodding. I don't need any law. I want to sing with all my heart. God is my all in all. I let go of my burdens. God has made me free. Blinded by the Spirit. The Spirit of God is upon me. Whoa, Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the Spirit of God is upon me. Oh,
I thought it was my duty. I thought it was my job. Somehow I believed that loving God would be hard. But loving God is a wonderful. Loving God is an ecstasy. Thank God for His freedom. Don't you know that the Spirit of God is upon me?
oh, Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, the 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 Spirit of God is upon me. Oh, Spirit of God. Oh, Spirit of God. Oh, Spirit of God. Oh, Spirit of God. Oh.
Spirit of God is here. Yes. Thank you for that. Good morning. I'm happy to see you're all here. Happy to see a crowd of smiling faces. Lots of beautiful light in this home, in this house of God. My name is Anthony Prado, and first of all, we want to give it up to our amazing musicians. Sounds of Joy, you're always welcome. We love hearing you whenever you show up. Thank you. The keyboard, Thomas Hughes, is on piano. I'm going to introduce them. Martha Mangle, Deborah Teasdale, and Cassandra Arnold. Thank you. Thank you. And our give some love to our sound engineer, Levi Griffin in the back there on the boards. And he's got help today. I don't know his name, but thank you as well. So welcome to the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where we teach spiritual principles and practices that nourish, uplift us, and celebrate our oneness with all of life. A special welcome to any of you who are here for the first time. Anybody here for the first time? Raise your hand. Oh, there's someone in the back. Okay. And you're going to get a packet of information. And then we have people joining us live stream or Facebook, YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the support. We used to say wave to the camera. So thank you for joining us and the support. And make sure you sign up for our weekly newsletter so you can learn about all the fun things we offer here at the Oakland Center. We respectfully acknowledge that here in the Bay Area, we gather on the traditional land of the indigenous Ohlone people. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the people who have stewarded these lands for countless generations. Now we take a moment to bless our children. Wherever they are, we can all say this together. We bless all the children in our community and the world. We love you, we see you, we know the truth of who you are. You are unique expressions of God, and we are grateful to have you in our lives. It is. On Wednesday, July 31st, at our midweek Oasis, we will have Christopher Brown, a practitioner here at Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, for a deeper conversation on the topic, Perfectly Imperfect. Boy, that is so me. An expansive experience. Meditation at 6:30 and services at 7 as usual. Go to www.oaklandcsl.org, click services for the Zoom link. Join our 2024 daily community spiritual practice using the Abundance Book, 40-Day Prosperity Plan by John Randolph Price. Today we're on the 10th day of the program using the 10th affirmation in the book. Follow along daily in the order that the affirmations appear. And maybe this is about as political as we're going to get for this next announcement. Join the growing movement of my election intention. 100 days of mindful practice starting today, wasn't it? July 28th through November 4th. Tune out fear, tune in a vision with 10 somatic healing principles based on the book, What It Takes to Heal by Prentice Hemphill. This is such an amazing idea. We believe in spiritual empowerment. And I said, this is about as political as we're going to get. We're going to empower it with these intentions, with our spiritual energy, with our spiritual love. And we hope the world catches on to this, because this is so sorely needed. Text the word join to this phone number, 470-784-0250. Now, if you didn't write down the number, visit www.myelectionintention, all one word, myelectionintention.com. And we did a pray-in this morning, and they received, it's a voicemail that goes into your phone, and this morning it was Michael Beckwith. I just joined right now, 10 minutes ago. So it says, if you want to hear the previous messages, go to the website. So I highly recommend it, because not because I'm doing it, because the world needs it. Effective July 14th, we instituted an animal policy that addresses hygiene, allergies, and safety. Certified service dogs only are allowed in the sanctuary and the social hall. This does not include pets or emotional comfort animals. The animal must be harnessed and leashed and may be identified with special identification on their harness or collar. The user of a service animal must be in control of the animal at all times. To read the rest of the policy, please contact our operations coordinator, Steve Carter. His email address is steve@oaklandcsl.org. Or if you call our main number, ask for extension 1 if you want to get more information about that new policy. The Celebrating Our Soul Youth Thought Conference is coming up August 1st through 4th and will be held at Unity Village in Missouri. A couple of our folks will be attending the conference. The conference welcomes everyone and is curated and hosted by African Americans. Register to attend at www.padntg.com. I believe Reverend Sunshine is going to that. I'm not sure. She is, okay. Join Catherine Jolly and Verna Lim on Saturday, August 3rd, 3 to 4 p.m. in the afternoon for an afternoon of cello and piano music. It's a fundraiser benefiting the children of Gaza. Suggested donation is $20. Checks and cash will be accepted at the intermission. Specify MECA in the description. Our June profit partner is the Middle East Children's Alliance. No one will be refused admission due to lack of funds. The Laurel Street Fair World Music Festival will be held August 10th from 11 to 7 p.m., located between 35th and Maple Avenue in Oakland. OCSL will have a booth. If you're interested in participating, please sign up at the table in the foyer or email linda@bookstore@ocsl.org. We have a few announcements today, as you can. Join us August 17th, 12 to 5, for the ultimate family reunion of Centers for Spiritual Living in Oakland. And these will include us, the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, East Bay Church of Religious Science, and the Heart and Soul Center of Light. The event will be held at Martin Luther King Regional Shoreline Park in Oakland. I don't know if you know, but that park has two parts to it, doesn't it? There's the water that separates it. Anyway, registration is coming soon. I assume it'll be on our website, and we'll probably make announcements. Our nonprofit partner for July is Direct Action Everywhere, a global network of activists working to achieve revolutionary social and political change for animals in one generation. Please visit www.dxc.io. The Spirit Treasure Bookstore theme for July is Practice Makes Imperfect. Meditation supplies are on sale: journals, mala beads, candles, incense, meditating statues, and books on meditation. Please go to bookstore@ocsl.org to take advantage of the July sales. And of course, the store will be open after the service. Visit CSL to see what is happening within our Global Centers for Spiritual Living Organization, Centers for Spiritual Living Organization. Please visit our website at oaklandcsl.org and sign up for our weekly newsletter, The Village News. Remember to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook for special updates and content you'll only find by liking and subscribing to Oakland Center. And now please stand if you're willing, and let's recite our vision and mission statement. The vision of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is to joyfully reveal the love and oneness of God. We are a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community dedicated to individual transformation and collective growth. Our purpose is to love, inspire, and serve our community and the world through education, music, prayer, and play. Thank you. And now I'm going to ask Regina Buckwalter, our practitioner, to lead us in words of inspiration and prayer.
Good morning. So good to be here today. It's been a little while since I've been on the block, and I'm so happy to be here today and be here with Reverend Elijah Christopher delivering his message. This is very special. I'm here to do the readings. The first reading is by Dennis Merritt Jones. First reading, you can try to wait until everything is perfect in your life before you seek that moment of enlightenment. But you will be waiting an eternity, literally. I'm just noticing the smoke in the air. It's like, wow, Susan just lit the candle, in case any of you folks are wondering where in the heck that smoke is coming from. We're really not on fire. The candle was just lit, okay, so. And we are on fire, always. The second reading is on the sacred path of radical acceptance. Rather than striving for perfection, we discover how to love ourselves into wholeness. So you can take a couple of moments here. You can close your eyes if you feel inclined to do that. And just settle inside. As we settle inside, we settle into stillness and that sweet whisper of spirit, the sweet gentleness of the breath, the gentleness of stillness, love, and feeling the breath. The breath is indeed the presence of perfection that is always residing within inside ourselves. We drop in and we feel and we breathe and we love. And that is the perfection of our lives. It is simple. No thoughts, no analysis, no words, just feeling the sensation of the breath and love that moves through us, always. It's always there. We drop in, and life becomes very simple indeed, because this presence of spirit is calm. We celebrate the calm that is always within. The calm, the stillness, the love, the connection, the nourishment, and the power that rises up from those deep roots of love, deep within our soul, deep within our bodies. Deep, we rise up and we feel and we move out and we connect, as the spirit of love is connection with others in that presence of quiet, stillness, calm, and celebration as we connect and we love and we move forward in our lives. That is the perfection, the breath that moves us forward from those deep roots up into our belly, up into our hearts, and we love. Infinite love emerges within our lives, and we connect and we love and we feel and we know that goodness is unfolding always and always and always. I bless this service. I bless all of those that have gathered together here today. All of the support that we have here to make this service so magnificent as Elijah moves forward into our community to speak the word of love, perfection, spirit, oneness, wholeness, goodness, peace to all that emerges within love. I'm so very grateful knowing these truths, knowing the word. As I speak my word into the law, the infinite possibility, the quantum field. I speak my word, and it is so. We just speak the word. We know, we love, we feel, we root, and we celebrate the emergence of spirit, moving up, grand rising from those roots, moving up into our community in love. I celebrate these truths. I celebrate the truth of who every single person is. The truth of who we are is divine perfection and love as we connect from that place. And I just release my word into the law that always says yes, yes, and yes to love. And I release, I let go, and I let God. And so it is. Amen.
I am sold out. My mind is made up. I am sold out. My mind is made up. I am sold out. My mind is made up. I am sold out. My mind is made up. Who can separate us from the love of spirit? Not death nor life. Spirit is my life. Now I'm free within. I am sold out. My mind is made up. I am sold out. My mind is made up. I've come through the fire, I've come through the rain, but God has never left my side. God's my comfort through all hurt and pain. I am sold out. 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 Take it up, take it up. I am sold out. Yeah, I am sold out. 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 My heart is fixed, my mind's made up. No room, no vacancies, I'm all filled up. The Spirit lives in me, and that's the reason I'm sold out. Yeah, yeah. My heart is fixed, my mind's made up. No room, no vacancies. No room, no vacancies, I'm all filled up. The Spirit lives in me, and that's the reason I'm sold out. Yeah, yeah. Everybody sing it. Yeah, yeah. Lift your voice and sing it. Yeah, yeah. Everybody sing it. Yeah. no vacancies.
No room, no vacancies. I'm all filled up.
The Spirit lives.
The Spirit lives in me, and that's the reason I'm sold out.
Thank you.
Wow. Thomas Hughes and the Sounds of Joy. Woo! Our minds are made up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, hello, good morning. My name is Reverend Teresa Gardner, and I'm a staff minister here, and I'm just so grateful to be here with this smiley, wonderful, beautiful, sunny day. How you doing today? Yeah, and hi, those online streamers. So, well, we have a special day, a special guest speaker today. Ooh, and I wanted to let you know, Reverend Sunshine Michelle, she's in Santa Cruz, okay? So they switched places, okay? But before I tell you their bio, introduce them, let's do, our abundance book, right? We're on, I think it is the 5th round, is that right? 5th round? We're on day 10. So here is the affirmation. And if you feel like standing up, go ahead and stand up. We can recite this together with gusto. It's the truth. We are going to declare it. Here we go. I keep my mind and thoughts off this world, and I place my entire focus on God within as the only cause of my prosperity. I acknowledge the inner presence as the only activity in my financial affairs, as the substance of all things visible. I place my faith in the principle of abundance in action within me. So it is. All right. I forgot to tell you my pronouns. I am she and they, and I'm good to declare that right here. So we have, we know Reverend Elijah Christopher. He's been here several times. He's from close by our community, the Launching Pad, and I'm going to introduce him. So right now he is and has been the spiritual director and senior minister at the Center for Spiritual Living in Santa Cruz. They began their career in spiritual leadership while serving in the innovative Berkeley and Oakland young adult intentional community called the Launching Pad. That was my first foundations course over there. Was an amazing place, amazing. It was a thriving residential site where young people could affordably live together and support each other, learning mindfulness and communication skills while tending to an open door ministry. Reverend Elijah was there from 2010 to 2017. Whew, that's quite a while. Now, Reverend Elijah was very specially trained and mentored by Dr. Gene Houston as part of Gene Houston's Foundation's Emerging Leaders Initiative and the Human Potential Movement. They later served as a trainer of trainers in the Gene Houston Foundation. Whew. Wow, we lift that up. Reverend Elijah has served as a speaker and guest minister online and at many CSL centers in the Western United States. Their emphasis has been teaching skills for transformative living and exploring ways to unite spiritual living with nature awareness and climate change remediation. Their trainings have been described as brilliant, we know that, magical, and accessible. Reverend Elijah is also known for their use of contemporary neuroscience to help people understand modern-day stress and the tendencies of the unconditioned mind. They're also known for their innovative curriculum, classes, workshops, and their original work called Synthesis. Reverend Elijah calls Synthesis a now age, new thought philosophy. Love that. That brings spiritual principles into practical application in one's life. Synthesis. Reverend Elijah's method of combining storytelling, music, drumming, and ceremony in their weekly worship services at CSL Santa Cruz has found a universal appeal with people of all ages in Santa Cruz and beyond. Let's give them a big welcome.
Good morning, OCSL. It always feels like coming home when I'm here. I served as a practitioner here when I was at the launching pad, so for many years I was up here doing this stuff with y'all, so it just feels like coming home. And I want to just reiterate that Reverend Sunshine and myself have swapped churches this morning. So she's down in Santa Cruz with my community, probably being introduced and speaking right now. And so we're doing this together. And this has been an idea that she and I have been playing with, and a number of other ministers in our area have been talking about, of just being in the overlap and creating a sense of co-community between our communities. And with that, I also want to just remind you again and invite you to participate in our 100-day election intention that has started myself, Reverend Sunshine, Dr. Michael Beckwith, Reverend Deborah Johnson, Bishop Yvette Flunder, a number of folks. You'll hear their voices over the course of those 100 days. And again, it's just this invitation for us to pool our collective consciousness together and hold a higher intention, and keep all of our minds on vision rather than on fear as we move through this next 100 days starting today. So I'm going to begin by asking you to take a couple breaths with me. So exhale first, let it all out, and take a deep breath in. And let go. Let's do that again. Breathe in. Let go. One more together. Breathe in and let go. So throughout our Centers for Spiritual Living, the theme this month has been something like practice makes imperfect, or what I just keep referring to as perfectly imperfect. Which, the metaphor that's been rolling around in my mind all month as I've been playing with this theme is the idea of a labyrinth. Right, y'all have a labyrinth in the back of this sanctuary. How many of you have walked a labyrinth before? Great, so you'll get this analogy, I hope. So the thing I love about the labyrinth and this idea of practice makes imperfect or perfectly imperfect is when you start the labyrinth, right, you enter the space and you can see the center circle. Like, that's my intention. That's my goal. That's who I want to be. That's where I'm to go. And you take a couple steps and then you go, and it's this wandering thing that happens, right? And every time I do a labyrinth, I get about 2/3 of the way through, and we're so spiritual when we walk and we're being focused, and then I open one of my eyes, am I there yet? It's I'm so close. And there's that point when you're almost done at the labyrinth, and you get you can see the center, and then what happens? Yet again, there's another turn. And you go all the way around the outer edge before you swing back into the center again, right? And isn't that what our spiritual walk is like, right? How often do we set an intention of, I'm going to be loving kindness, I'm going to be peace, I want to move in that direction, this is my vision, this is the life I want to live, right? And we move that way with intention, and then the labyrinth begins, right? And that's the journey. Right? The journey is imperfect. The journey is meandering. The journey takes us all over the place. But what if the journey itself is the point? Right? And every twist, every turn, every time we think we're going the wrong way, we're actually becoming more informed about the destination. We're becoming more informed about the intention. We're becoming more informed about who it is that we want to be. right? I know that in my own life, all of the worst choices and the most unfortunate experiences are the things that have made me truly who I am, right? Because it's in that learning, it's in that continuously being bumped back onto the path that we get clearer and clearer and clearer about what the true intention is, right? And how often do we say we want something or to be something or to have something, and we set out that way? When we arrive there, does it always look like what you thought it would when you set off? Often not, right? And it's the honing of the self in the journey that gets us clear about what we want. So when we get there, we actually get the thing we really wanted in the first place, which was some deep feeling or some deep quality or some presence of being that is seeking to be expressed through us. And one of the things that I have learned recently about the neuroscience of meditation, what the neuroscientists are telling us now is that the practice of meditation causes our brains to grow new synaptic connections, new neurons, neuroplasticity, right? You build new grooves of thinking in the brain. The neuroplasticity's not happening when you're sitting there doing it right. What the brain scans show is that when you're meditating and you're focusing on your breath, and then you forget that you're meditating, and you go back and start over again, zzz, new connection, right? And so one of my teachers lived in a Buddhist monastery for 13 years and said that one of their practices was to count their breaths backwards from 100, breathe in, 100, breathe out. Breathe in, 99, breathe out. Every time you forget, you go back to 100. He said in 13 years in the monastery, he thinks he got to 0 once. Right? The point is not to get to 0. The point of the practice is to go back to 100 every time. Right? And that's what spiritual mind treatment is for, right? Where does every spiritual mind treatment, our 5-step affirmative prayer, it starts with God is all there is. Right? Every time we forget, every time a condition emerges, every time something pushes us off the path, what do? We go to prayer, we return to that one truth, God is all there is, and then we follow the formula from there, right? Return to the truth. And so we have this principle, we have this practice to help us stay on course towards the vision, but it looks a whole lot like this as we're going the way that we want to go. Right, because we're constantly being redirected towards the direction of our dream, towards the vision of who we could be, or towards the lure of our becoming. Right? And so, part of the process then is also to hold ourselves in that same light. Right, to realize that we want to be the perfect versions of ourselves, I'm sure all of us, right? The perfect expression of God here in the world. And yet, each one of us are fabulously flawed, right? We are magnificently messed up. I know I am, right? And it's all of those magnificent little imperfections that make us the unique, individualized versions of the one that we are, right? And part of that has to be for a practice for us to continuously come back to our own highest truth and remember that we are perfect exactly as we are. That the world is in perfect all the time. But we see it as imperfect. But it's in perfection. Always, already. Right? The more we see that, the more we look to that, then that starts to become true in our experience. To continuously look for the highest truth, to continuously look for the perfection, because when we look for it, then it can be present in our awareness. Right? Whatever we look for is what we're going to see. And if I remember that the whole thing is a labyrinth of imperfection that's absolutely perfect going in a direction, I can know that that's true for myself, but I can also know that that's true for the world. That as I see us seeming to be walking a completely different direction than maybe I want us to go, I can remember that maybe that wrong right or left turn is actually informing us so that we end up where we need to go. And that we can't get where we need to go without doing the healing that we need to do. And oftentimes go in the wrong direction is where the healing is that leads us back to where we want it to be. Right? Because the contrast gives us information. The contrast makes us clearer. And the clearer we are about what we don't want, guess what? The clearer you become about what it is that you do want. Right? So every job that doesn't work out, every relationship that doesn't work out, the struggle with your health, the issues that are going on in our politics, whatever you see in the world or in your life that is uncomfortable or feels like it's not working, it's the contrast. It's giving us information. It's getting us clearer and clearer and clearer about the vision we actually want to be experiencing and the thing that we want to be holding. Right? And there's this idea in Japanese art called kintsugi. You know this idea? Yeah. So it comes from this idea of wabi-sabi, which is this idea of imperfect perfection. Right? And kintsugi is this beautiful art style dealt when, like, say, a beautiful porcelain cup or plate breaks. There's this golden glue that we use to put it back together. And the idea is that the glued together broken thing with the golden glue holding it together is actually more beautiful than the original thing before it broke. Every one of us is one of those pieces of art, right? We are born absolutely perfect. We come into this world as a perfect expression of the one. This world is a perfect expression of the one. Every time we perceive it as being broken, every time we perceive ourselves as being broken, there's an opportunity to go back to the one, to remember our wholeness, to let that something more emerge. And in the process, we're putting the golden glue in the cracks. Right? And then as we do that practice for ourselves, as we continuously glue ourselves back together with wholeness, then we can be that glue in a world that appears to be broken. We can be the place of healing. We can be the bridge. We can be the ones who are continuously looking for the place of healing that is available to us, to point out the oneness, to look for the good, to remind ourselves that all of this meandering is part of the perfection. We become the golden glue. We can be the ones who can show how our brokenness is actually our beauty, and that all the imperfections are actually our perfection showing up. And so the shift, if you just want to have a quick shift to play with in your mind this week, is anytime you think you or something is imperfect, just remind yourself that I'm perfect. From imperfect to I'm perfect. It's an easy shift. It just takes a little space and an apostrophe. Right? So take a little space, breathe in, from imperfect to I'm perfect. But it does require a little space. Right? It requires us to be in the stillness, to be in that openness, to allow it to expand enough, whatever it is, that we can actually see that there's something underneath it that's seeking to be expressed. Right? And I'm not saying that all the things that are bad and painful and wrong are perfect. I'm saying that they are perfect in that in them is an invitation to our wholeness. Right? Ernest Holmes tells us that if to look at things, to look at the world as if things are separate is like looking through dark glasses. Right? Have you ever tried to put sunglasses on at night? Right? It's like you can't see all the things. He says to see all things as acts and manifestations of the divine is to see the world as if everything you experience was handed to you by God. What if every single thing that you perceive as being broken, wrong, or imperfect is actually being handed to you by the divine, by life, by your higher self, as an invitation to look for something more, to ask for what's the deeper thing that's underneath here. What is this the opposite of? What is this the invitation to? Right? Because every time I feel lonely or alone or sad, right, part of me is also understanding that what I'm actually feeling is a longing for connection, for love, for happiness. Right? When we are sick or there's something going on in our bodies, there's an invitation to long for our wholeness and our health. Right? And I don't know about you, but I don't always move when I'm comfortable. Right? Sometimes the universe has to poke me a little bit, right? And I think that all the discomforts that emerge are the pokes. They're the nudges, right? It's like the path is there and I'm going this way and the universe is going, could you please? Right? And it shows up as discord. It shows up as dis-ease. It shows up as disharmony. It shows up as all of the uncomfortable ick stuff in our world. It's the nudges. And until we learn to listen, we're just going to keep going the wrong way, beating ourselves in the head until we learn to listen. If everything is an invitation, then we can look for the perfection and ask how we're being guided towards our highest possible outcome, each one of us individually and for all of us collectively. Because maybe everything that's rising up right now is here for us. And maybe the more of us is ready to emerge if we look to the invitation and answer the call and look for our wholeness. And remember that there is perfection and beauty hidden in the mess. So take a deep breath in and let it go. Let's anchor this in prayer. I'm going to invite the practitioners and ministers to stand and just take another deep breath in. And I want to invite all of us just to take a moment and connect with the breath. I often begin my treatments and my prayers with this reminding myself, and I remind all of us, that we are being breathed by God. You're not actually the one breathing your body. There is something greater than I am, something greater than we are that is breathing each one of us. Because what I know is that there is one seamless presence that is living and breathing throughout the entirety of the universe. It is this one who is unfolding in, through, and as everyone, everything, everywhen, everywhere, all the time. There is only one. And this one is intimately and intricately interwoven into every interaction, into every experience, into every condition, into every circumstance, into all that is unfolding right here and right now in this world, all that ever has been, all that ever will be, the activity of the one life. And so as I declare that, let us remember that, let us accept that if that is true, then each one of us are the unique individualized ways that the allness of that infinite possibility are funneling themselves into actuality. And it's happening through the unique individualization that is each one of us. It's happening through our flaws. It's happening through our imperfections. It's happening through all of the different pieces of us individually. The universe is creating a tapestry of life. Each one of us a thread. So let's realize right here and right now that there is something more that is seeking to emerge for each one of us, for our collective. Let us remember that we can look to the world, we can look to our experiences, we can look to everything as if it was hand-delivered to us, hand-chosen, hand-picked, and handed to us by the universe, as a direct invitation to wake up, as a direct invitation to become something more, as a direct invitation to live into the world that we want to see, as a direct invitation to be the authors of new stories. So that it is through our consciousness, through our choices, and through our actions that a world that works for everyone begins to emerge as an actuality and not just a vision. And we are participating in the journey. We are participating in the process. so let us be in the gratitude of the opportunity that is here to choose something more today, to look to all that is unfolding and realize that as imperfect as it may seem, there is an inherent perfection in all of it. And so let's breathe. Let's allow this truth to wash over us as I pass my word.
And knowing this is the truth of all. I'm so grateful that we come together today and we celebrate this month's nonprofit partner, DXE, Direct Action Everywhere. It is a global network of activists who work to achieve revolutionary social and political change for animals in just one generation. That is our vision. That is their vision. We are united. You can visit them. dxe.io. So grateful that they are here, that we have chosen them, and we celebrate them. And we are blessing our world. We are blessing everyone and everything in it, for there's no place where God is not. We celebrate this and we bless our Mother Earth for all the nourishment, for all the divine order and divine right action that is going on right here, right now, and the holy ground that we step upon. We're knowing love, comfort, peace of mind, health, healing for all those impacted by challenges in whatever form, knowing that there is a higher possibility that is happening through everyone, that is seeking to emerge. And for all the prayers in our ministry of prayer, that beautiful Elijah holds the prayers. We're knowing for Maureen French, healing, wholeness, and right action. And for Taylor, right action and right employment. For Connie Jolly, health, healing, wholeness. Lily Kramer, peace, wholeness, right action, right where you are. Michelle Lang, we know health and healing for her. And our practitioner, Chantal Rolfing, we're knowing health and harmony and healing as she recovers, knowing there's something most magnificent that is flowing through her now as she steps forward on her new knee. And Rita Cotton, health, peace, and right action. We also bless Brenda, who made her transition, and for all family and friends of Brenda, knowing peace of mind and love. Now go within, right here, right now, within your heart, and you say the names and names of anyone in need of a prayer today. Say your own name into the sacredness of the sanctuary. And as the names continue, we know there is a higher possibility happening right here, the highest outcome for everyone. We are rest assured and we let go because we know God is always on the job, right here, right now. And we let go. And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you, practitioners and ministers. Ooh, wow. That was fabulous, fabulous talk. I sure needed that. Sure helps me. I will carry that this week. That's some beautiful word there. Thank you, Reverend Elijah. Thank you very much. So, it's conscious giving time. We get to do the practice of circulation. Thank you, Paul, for bringing our baskets up. Thank you. All right. Well, you know, there's different ways for this conscious giving to happening, to say yes to that beautiful circulation, knowing that as we give, we receive. It happens at the same time, really. It's a beautiful practice. Whew, I'm still buzzing. So, you know, there's different ways to give. If you look in front of your chair there, and you're going to see our new thing, the community giving. We're up on technology. You can click on this, scan this. You can go on our website. There's different ways to give, and we really appreciate not only keeping the lights on and having all this happen, but that we as a community, we're all connected, and so we're all in this prosperity, this abundant life together. Each one of us are rising and lifting each other up for prosperity. So if you're here in person, after the music or during the music, you can come up and put your pledge in the baskets. You can put your laminated cards in the basket that you can see for the auto tithe. There's envelopes for your cash. There's lots of ways to give. All right, so let's do our giving affirmation. You can hold your gift over your heart. You ready? Here we go. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies this offering. It blesses all that I am, all that I give, and all that I circulate. Thank you. Love as me. And so it is. Beautiful. All right, come on up. Thank you very much.
Lord, how excellent, how excellent, how excellent, how excellent is
Well, thank you. Thank you for your beautiful harmonizing of spirit. It was so moving. Thank you. Thank you. Sounds of Joy and Tom Muse. Thanks for coming by and just, just filling our hearts with your beautiful harmony. Thank you. So we're at the end today, and just want to thank everybody that has come here, showed up in the community today on streaming, and all of those folks that have supported our service, the sound folks and the ushers. And thank you, Reverend Elijah Christopher. Thank you. Beautiful. Wow. Wow. Yes. Inviting us to live into our imperfections as we are really indeed very perfect spirits of love and joy. Thank you. So I also want to remind you folks that we as practitioners love to pray. That's what we do here. We help you in any trials, tribulations, celebrations, gratitudes. We're here to celebrate life, no matter what form it takes, okay? So we will meet you at the entrance there in the service, the prayer room, okay? And we will pray with you, okay? So please come in and indulge or just engage in having a prayer with us, because prayer works and we believe in prayer, and that's why we gather here, is to pray for you, pray with you. We also have a prayer box. You can just write down your prayers. There's a little prayer box also on the right side. Back there, Elijah will take your prayer request. We have a ministry of prayer, and we pray for you. So prayer is the name of the game here. We believe in it. It transforms our lives. It brings us into those deep, beautiful places within inside our hearts, minds. Prayer works. So we can do that. If you want a coaching-ish like prayer session, which is a longer thing, you can call up a practitioner. We have cards in the community center. We have our names on the website. And you can give us a call for a longer session. There is generally a fee, and the practitioner will work with you in a longer session, kind of as a coaching prayer person, advisor, spirit, whatever you want to call us. We will work with you, and we will have this transform your life. Okay, so go ahead and move this forward. Okay. So I think I got everything. No. If you're here for the first time, you can pick up a packet, sign up, okay, read it. You're always welcome here, and we're here to help you out and to understand our community and pray with you as well. So the packets, the prayers, the ministry, I think I handled it all. Okay. Gratitude to everybody. Yay, yay. Glad you're here. And now we have our affirmation. So, from the inside out and the outside in, I am perfect just as I am. I am one of a kind in spirit. So it is. Yay, yay. Thank you for coming, celebrating, and getting your prayers.